Hi guys, I'm Stu, and welcome to StoooBBQ's Booze and Brew. Wait, hang on a second. Sorry. Let me try that again. Hey guys, I'm Stu, and welcome to StoooBBQ's Booze and Brew. So, first thing you're probably wondering is, what the hell is a StoooBBQ, and what is StoooBBQ Booze and Brew? So, before I actually get into what it is, let me tell you about how it came about. Well, I, like most of you, have been stuck in the house for the last 3 to 4 months. I, like some of you, cannot go back to the job that I was doing before. The shit hit the fan. So, as the days went on and on, I was getting more and more depressed, except for when I was working outside on my patio. The other thing that kind of got me through, or that is getting me through all of this, is a local distillery that I found. Now, most of you may not know this, but in PA, it's still a state-run liquor stores. So when everything shut down, liquor stores shut down. What the hell am I going to do? As you can see, I'm a fan of Jack Daniels. I could go into Jersey and buy liquor there, or booze, and bring it back across state lines illegally. And, you know, I just wasn't, I didn't really want to make those drives. So I was really, really happy that I found this local distillery. Now, unfortunately, it was introduced to me by a friend of mine on Facebook, who then unfriended me because our political views don't match up. You know who you are. The one good thing that did come out of my friendship with him is that he introduced me to this great local distillery. And I had a lot of fun over the 3 to 4 months of being locked in the house of trying their different products. Oh, hang on one sec. And as you can see, I love beer. 9.7. So, I've talked about booze. I've talked about my love of beer. But I haven't talked about the other B, barbecue. So, since I've had some time on my hands being locked in the house for 3 to 4 months, I've started to play around with a smoker. Thanks to my wife's uncle. Thank you, Uncle Len. I've been experimenting, trying, learning my way around it. It is addictive. Once you get one, you're going to want other ones. I guess it's kind of like tattoos, too. But yeah, so I would then mention to somebody on Facebook, one of my friends, that I was playing around with the smoker. Yes, we still are friends. What's up, Justin? And all of a sudden I started getting all these invites to, different Facebook groups, barbecuing groups, grilling groups, shanties and shacks, and I never knew there was such a subculture for barbecue. Never knew. All these years I thought that was a barbecue, my grill. Thought that's what barbecuing was. The other thing that I noticed about these groups is that people are very, very passionate about it. Guys make their own rubs, guys make their own sauces. Speaking of which, I am going to be making my own rub, and I am going to be making my own sauce. Sorry, babe. Anyway, so I discovered that these people are really passionate about it. And I also discovered that they're passionate about their setups, their backyard setups. It's like bragging points. Anything you could possibly imagine that these guys have done, they have done it. And then the best part about it is a lot of times the wives are right there with them. My wife. There's women in these groups who are posting pictures of the stuff that they bought for their husband. How crazy is that? Hang on a sec. Should probably put this in a cozy. Again, my wife supporting my drinking habit too. Bought me all these cool cozies. Drink more, livers regrow, right? Pretty cool. So, as I mentioned before, I can't do what I was doing for a job before this whole thing started. So, I'm 48 years old, and I feel like I'm starting over. One night I went to bed, and I'm feeling pretty sorry for myself. I pretty much feel like a complete loser, because I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. And, you know, my wife, bless her heart, love you, babe, for supporting my hobby. You know, she says to me, don't worry, babe, you'll figure it out. And let me tell you something. It was like the floodgates open. It was like I got hit by lightning and my creative juices were flowing. I mean, I saw the name, StoooBBQ's Booze and Brew. I saw the logo, coming soon. I mean, I saw segments. I saw tons of different segments, different things that I can do. I saw local distillers. I saw local breweries, and I saw local barbecue joints. And I saw me tasting it all. Hang on, I think I need a paper towel now. I could not wait to get this started. Needless to say, next thing I know, it's 4 a.m. and I'm still working on StoooBBQ's Booze and Brew. So, finally, I can tell you what StoooBBQ's Booze and Brew is. What we're going to do is we're going to go to these local places. Each week, I'm going to go to a local barbecue place, or a local distillery, or a local brewery. I'm going to talk to the pit masters and the brewmasters and the master distillers. I don't even know what they're called. Please correct me in the comments. I have no idea what they're called, and I don't want to offend anybody in this overly politically correct time. So whatever they're called, I want to know what makes them tick. I want to know why they chose what they chose. I want to know, do they still enjoy it after all this time? How much work went into it? You know, what did they have to do? You know, a lot of these places, they use local sources. So what do you have to do in order to get those, you know, to find these local sources? What, you know, what? You know, the famous journalism saying, who, what, when, where, and why. I want to know it all. Okay? Then the next thing I want to know is, I want to know what their #1 selling item is. And then the next thing I want to know is what their favorite thing it is to make. Okay? And then I'm going to bring those 2 items. Oh, and by the way, I'm hoping that these places have like a secret stash that they have just for family, and that when I come in to talk to them, they'll consider me family and let me try. Hint, hint, wink, wink. I'm hoping that's what they'll do. And so I'm going to take those 2 items and I'm going to bring them back here, and I'll show you where I'm going to be going. And I'm going to sit down and I'm going to try their items, their 2 items. Now, I know I like barbecue. I know I like, you know, I know I like whiskey. I know I like, you know, certain beers, but there's also certain beers that I don't like. All right, so there you have it. I finally answered the question of what exactly StoooBBQ's Booze and Brew is. Could I have given you the shorter version? Yeah, sure. But it wouldn't have been as much fun. And besides, I need an excuse to finish this beer. And to show off what I'm smoking this week. So, come on. Alright, so in the smoker, we're running at about 250. My outside temperature thermometer showing me 264, so we're a little high. We got to go a little bit lower there. Getting a little too high. Turn my heat down there. Let's see how we're doing here. Oh, look at those ribs. Now what I've been doing is every hour, on the hour, giving a little spray of my concoction. Look at that. Look at those ribs. Now some of this that I'm using here, some of this mixture, I will give you a little hint. There is a little Jack Daniels in there. There's also Dr. Pepper. Shh, don't tell anyone. Okay, so then we lock this back up.